second of the 11/11 days here in November as it paves the way for us moving into the December portals. Really powerful time, really powerful energies at the moment. As was mentioned to you guys offline when we were chatting briefly, we are also in an upswing of the ninth wave at the moment. We have geomagnetic activity, which often seems to align our significant portal days. Elaine has shared with us some really powerful information in respect of a vision insight that she was given this morning about the diamond grid coming alive, coming alight, um, and that we are supported with the cosmic and galactic energies for the work that we're actually doing today. So it's going to be a really powerful time and a really powerful gathering, as they always are. So welcome to all of you who have been able to join us for our session today. I've just highlighted it and headlined it Galactic Doorways to the Heart, because it essentially is a heart-filled day. The Tolkien Mayan energies, the energy signature of the day, is all about the white dog, which is about heart. So it's a very powerful opportunity to align ourselves, to recalibrate through the energy of the heart. And again, this is another image by Gilbert Williams, which I amended slightly with our beautiful faceted diamond, but if that was taken off, Gilbert Williams' original image actually had a diamond in the center between the two lots of 1111 pillars. It's always been one of my absolute favorite images of his, because it's kind of like you've got the diamond brilliance from within, you've got the sunrise, the sun shining, you've got the moon or possibly even the earth in the background, but you've got this marriage of light, dark, embraced and held within the brilliance of the diamond, all grounded, anchored, and earthed. And I do love the water as well, because the water is our well into the endless, infinite sea of consciousness that we are conduits for. So beautiful, symbolic image laden with insight for us. So let's have a look at the energies of today. We are in the white galactic dog energies, which is also galactic tone 8. So what is it actually? If you look at the glyphs, what we have here in the center, that's the white dog. It's overlighted and guided by the wizard. So we have the power of alchemy strongly guiding the energies that we're going to be working with today. So we've got the energy of the heart and the alchemist. Unconscious is the moon, it's the water. In fact, that's interesting because I actually didn't realize that with the water element in the initial picture. But this is the moon, and it is about our emotions and allowing our emotions to flow, and allowing ourselves to express and be that flow of unconditional love. And here we've got the sun. So we've actually got the sun and the moon balanced in this image, which is just really interesting. So it's all about harmony. The energy and essence of the day is about harmony. So this is the mantra for the moment. Do you know, I love the way things come together. You guys have seen this so often in the gatherings, how the symbolism and the imagery and everything else really just hangs together or is selected in the most amazing way. I love it. Okay, so the mantra for today is I harmonize in order to love. Modeling loyalty, I seal the process of heart with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of timelessness. Um, okay, and it's the timelessness of the alchemical magic and mystery of life itself. So if one actually looks at that from the perspective of the alchemist and the alchemy that is part of our guide here. We can actually understand and perhaps be able to connect with it. So let's have a look at what is said about the white galactic dog. I am Ok, which is the Mayan Tolkien name given to dog. I am your ability to love and to start again. I give to you loyalty and help. The power of dog can be found in harmoniously living together with someone else. Dog teaches us to be loyal and to love from the heart, even at times when our emotions tell us to do otherwise. Dog shows us that guiding and following are indeed compatible in all relationships and reminds you to be loyal to your own ideals and truth. And that was the essence of the newsletter that I put out earlier, is that loyalty should never be misplaced and conferred upon anything external to yourself. Your loyalty and your integrity is directed inwards to your own ideals, your own truth, your own well of wisdom, your own font of love that actually resides within you. And this living harmoniously together is not just about being in intimate relationships, it really is about community and how we are able to develop and infuse any relationship we have with the integrity of harmonious expression. So it's the harmony that we actually find and anchor within ourselves and expressed externally into all of our relationships. So excuse this little scribble at the bottom. It was a slide that I had previously, and it was an image that was not applicable to this one, but I'd uploaded it by the time I realized it was the wrong image on the slide. So I just kind of took the marker and scribbled it out. So please excuse that. So White Dog Days are all about love. That's the energy of today. Dog provides the ability to connect intimately with people around you, to be open for friendship, romance, family. Be like a dog and remember to give as well as receive. And this is the harmonization of the heart. Spread the loving message around the world. What you can do today, or what can you do today to be more loving? Love makes the world go around. They say if that's true, then what goes around comes around. If you give out love, you will surely get love back. Now we know that. That's the essence of the principles with which we work. Thank you, Elaine. That little image looked like a petroglyph. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything and you guys wouldn't have known what it was. It's just a nice little blue pattern. Oh dear. Okay. So you get the essence. Exactly. Yeah. The guidance is to focus on transcending limiting emotional patterns and activating your spiritual strength in relationships. And that is also your spiritual strength in relationship with yourself. So there's probably a number of light codes that I could have chosen to work with today. Sacred relationship being one of them. I haven't. I've actually chosen to work with something else. Um, but this is really about um, activating and resonating and connecting with, strengthening, anchoring our own spiritual core, our essence, because that then simply ripples out into all relationships. Attune to the one heart, the galactic heart. Unite with your companions of destiny. And here we are in this wonderful diamond community with our companions of destiny. Be loyal to your essence, your path, and your kin. So that really is the whole overtone of the current time. Tone 8, galactic, which is another aspect to the energies of today, reminds us. Yeah, Mercury retrograde coming up in a few days. It's a perfect time to go within and give ourselves much love. Absolutely. And I hope that this process that we're going to do will provide you with another internal opening, another doorway within through which you can access the elements and aspects of a deep, deep love for yourselves. So, turn 8, let's have a look. What is the best way to take in everyday life to lead one to life's ideal? The best way is to consider harmony as the first principle to be observed, that in all circumstances and situations and conditions one should harmonize with one's fellow creatures, and that's all of life. Harmony is the most essential thing in life. In plain words, disharmony attracts disharmony, whereas harmony attracts harmony. So the light code that I've actually chosen to work with you guys today is the harmony light code. Having explored the distinct resonances carried by subtle vibrations, we can focus on harmonizing, generating a pleasing combination of elements. And this is sort of where there is an aspect of that continuation of the elements and the elementals from our first 1111 gateway process. Whether this means establishing inner harmony or in relationship with others. Tone 8 calls us to align our conduct with our integrity that we may genuinely model the truths and ideals we believe. One definition of code integrity is the state of being whole or undivided. And we find our wholeness through the energy and the essence through that doorway of love. So we restore wholeness within ourselves. We restore completeness within ourselves through lighting up all of those aspects of our inner and collective diamond grid with the light of our inner suns. So, like we tune our own instrument to the cosmic orchestra. That's absolutely beautiful. What a wonderful analogy, Elaine. Yes, as modeled by the harmonious whole of the galaxy. Yes, we achieve harmony at multiple levels within our being, within our immediate environment, with our immediate relationships, within the collective communities through which and within which we operate, and then further beyond that, planetarily, cosmically, there is a resonance of harmony that actually ripples throughout our own personal universe. So, this tone reminds us that integrity requires consistency, unwavering adherence to the wisdom and grace of our personal values. Okay, so I think that makes sense, and I think that also speaks to the the discipline and the consistency of our spiritual journey, of being on the spiritual path. And as I mentioned in the newsletter, it's not about externally shopping for the next thing. It is about always going back within to the wisdom, to the grace, to the access within to our personal truth, to restoring that harmony, to accessing our own love. Because there are so many distractions. In fact, as we actually progress through life and as the digital age becomes faster and faster, there is almost a driver of novelty experience that is, what's the word? That's kind of like pushing us to desire greater um, expressions of novelty in all that we experience. And that's where we see this being externalized through our external world with the manufacture and presentation of novelty, of gadgets, of the proliferation, as I mentioned, of sort of the glitzy stores, and what we will find if we go within, as Elaine says, practice, 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 reminds me of the effort it takes to learn to play an instrument. And that is it, because we're learning to play our own instrument and to play it harmoniously, to play it with grace, to tune it and to play it beautifully, um, internally and externally, out in the world. And it is a lifelong process. There is no instant fix, or instant, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of excelling at anything. For anybody to excel at any particular um, attribute, whether it be playing an instrument, whether it be writing, it does take practice, practice, practice. So I think that's such a valid point that we need to be reminded of on an ongoing basis, is that this is a lifelong journey. It doesn't begin and end in a couple of months or a couple of years. It's something that we undertake as a soul or spirit to continue this process of purification on and on and on, and deeper within ourselves. So, additionally, harmonization requires not compromise but pliability, willingness to bend, to meet others, and to meet ourselves in all of the many manifestations and ways in which our self is constructed, to let go of personal attachments for the greater good, as we each uniquely stand as conduits of harmony. We act as mutual role models for one another. So we shine, and we resonate that internal harmony outwards in order to inspire others to the same journey, inspiring the establishment of galactic culture, actualizing the harmonious potential of our global society. And those are beautiful words. Always aim at complete harmony of thought, word, and deed. Always aim at purifying your thoughts, and everything will be well. So that's the ongoing process. Blessed are they who translate every good thing they know into action. Even higher truths shall be revealed to them. And that's part of the practicing. It is going within, unearthing the truth, finding our own wisdom, managing those storefronts of our internal shopping malls, and then being able to translate that into action on a moment by moment basis out in the world in whichever way is appropriate and perfect for you. So, as Elaine says here, always distractions. Yes, absolutely. More social networks, etc., that tend to take our attention elsewhere. It is always um, orientated, this false light matrix that we live within is orientated to take our attention outside of ourselves, externally. And this picture of a rainbow reminds me there was something that I actually picked up just yesterday, and I thought, now this is a very, very interesting piece of information, and perhaps a very powerful indication of just how things have been distorted in our reality. You know, that wonderful uh, alchemical tenet, metaphysical tenet, that as within, so without. So everything starts and is created from within ourselves. Now, this rainbow, and I'd never thought of this before, take a look at the way the colors appear in the prism of the rainbow. You've got red on the outside and violet on the inside. So we have the slower, more physical vibration on the outside of the rainbow, and on the inner arc of the rainbow we have violet. If this was a circular rainbow, and apparently this comes from being able to view full circular rainbows, for instance, from an airplane, that physicists have actually noted this, that a circular rainbow would actually manifest from this internal space first with the color violet, which is the high frequency vibration of the spiritual energy. Now, we always associate violet with the crown, so we tend to think that by opening up the crown, we bring from the outside in through the crown chakra. Whereas in essence, we create from the spiritual core of our being from the inside out, first through those spiritual manifestations and then down into density. And yet our world has been distorted through this false matrix to almost reverse the action of the rainbow, taking us first into red, into the physical, and actually taking us from the red physical energy upwards and outwards through violet, instead of it being from the inside, violet, and then out into the physical world in the red. To me, it was very, very insightful because I had never looked at a rainbow in that way. So we actually project rainbows from within our being, and it is those high frequencies of the violet on the internal ring of a circular rainbow that will then color and infuse everything beyond that down into the physical 3D world. So it is our inner light that creates the rainbow in that way. Does that make sense? To me, it was very, very insightful. It was a very different way of looking at things. It says from inside out. So what is within becomes without. And we can see what is within, and how for the most of humanity that has been distorted in respect of what is being created in our external world. It is all related to these these lower frequency colors as opposed to the higher frequency colors that we can access from our inner rainbow. I hope that makes a bit, hope that makes sense. I can actually extract something from the article to share with you guys afterwards. But it was like I read this and I immediately got it, and I went, oh my goodness, I can see, and I could see immediately how um, our spiritual path even has become distorted um, through the external manifestation of many things, and these glitzy shop fronts as well that promise all sorts of things like instant enlightenment. There's literally no such thing. There are glimpses of it, but it is a constant journey. So I hope you enjoyed that little insight, and that you will think about that with your inner light and the projection of your own rainbows from within. Okay, so the code that we're going to work with is our newly upgraded Harmony code. And this, one of the reasons that there are many, many layers to these light codes. And what I love so much about this, about the beauty of this, is the almost serpentine energy of the feminine frequencies in here. Also, these curved lines represent the feminine frequencies. If those red curved lines are extended further, you'd find that they actually create two circles, which then represent counter-rotating flows of energy, which is distinctly feminine in nature, held in physical form and structure through the more masculine orientated shape or linearity of the faceted diamond. So we know through a lot of the work that we've done is that the diamond itself, it helps to balance all of those flows. This harmony code really helps to take us into our core through the doorway, a narrow doorway into our internal world, harmonizing all of those flows. And we're going to work with this through the heart center. And then held in place and distributed throughout our being through the magnificence of the faceted diamond, through your personal diamond grid, and then out into the global planetary, cosmic, galactic diamond fields. So just spend a few moments taking in the energy of the light codes. Can you see how the beauty of these upgraded codes really causes them to, the lovely word I use, to pop? It really adds a new dimension, an enhanced frequency and dimension of energy to the action and activity of the light codes. Cynthia, hello. Lovely to see you. You feel it. Okay. So, wonderful. And where do you feel it? Do you feel it in the heart? Heart, yeah. I do feel this strongly in the heart too. Love. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to amplify that, and we're going to use this to step into, yeah, harmonizing my heart, and I feel safer in the world. Absolutely. To step into um, our inner world, into these storefronts. So what did it say? I'm drawn to the smaller middle diamond at the bottom. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, of course. Yeah, there you have another diamond as an aspect that's traced out at the bottom there. And of course, one at the top. And we know that we have a core column of diamonds that's created by the flows of energy throughout our being in those energy domains. Okay, sorry, just adjusting my headset, guys. Excuse the noise. Yeah, I do. I absolutely love these upgraded light codes. And I actually have to say to you that we are waiting for one uh, code file. You sitting, Carol says I'm at work, so I'm sitting with the energy strongly in my crown. Oh, wow. Okay, so we want to bring that down into the heart center, but it would be activating that spiritual energy, that violet spiritual energy within, really sort of opening and supporting the alignment, actually, the supporting of the alignment of your core column, which actually reaches from your crown all the way down to your soul star, all the way through the crown down to the earth star. So that's really beautiful. So you might want to sort of almost visualize it that way, um, holding the core column in light. Yeah, so there's a single light code that we are waiting for the original file so that we can update it. And then we have a full and complete set, including the new light code, which I'm really excited about. But the funny thing is that, you know, this has been going backwards and forwards because the designer in Switzerland, beautiful Heather, is in a cabin in the mountains and she doesn't have internet. She can't upload them. So every time she sends files, she has to go down into town. And then we were missing some of the series 2 codes. So she had to go down to town again and send me another flash drive over to the UK. And after everything was done, we discovered one missing code that we still don't have the original file for in order to do the adjustment. So I'm waiting now for the flash drive to arrive from Switzerland with the missing code. And the missing code is cycles. And I actually had to laugh because I thought this is just so perfect, actually, because cycles indicates to us whenever that comes up in almost a divination reading, or if you pulled it out of the pack, it would be indicative of the initiation of a new cycle. So I looked at that and I said, "This is just amazing because I know it's going to arrive in perfect and divine timing for the initiation, if you like, of a brand new cycle, both for us personally, energetically, as we go into 2018, it initiates a whole new cycle of time. Also, by the time we start the December transmissions, the new cycles code will actually be here. So it'll be holding the space for us to step into a brand new cycle. So it's really quite exciting, all of the delays, because it says to us that there is a whole new cycle that is actually um, opening, opening for us. So the more this is up, Mary Beth says, feel my heart center open and expanding. Brilliant. Really excited about that. Elaine says, I feel red energy from base of neck to tailbone. Perfect. So the code is actually performing its magic as we sit here. The guide, the alchemist, as well as the white dog heart are working perfectly together, held in balance through the code. So it's perfectly aligned for the energies of this present moment. So I'm really excited about that. Now, please excuse me for 1 minute. I'm going to have to take my headphones off before we start the process and then put them on again. Oh, that's better. I suddenly had the itchiest ear you can imagine. And I couldn't get to it because I've got little those earmuff headphones, so that was a little bit distracting and frustrating. Okay, everybody, if you are ready, is the sound still okay? I think you guys are all ready. Yes? Okay, perfect. So we'll leave the light code up so that it sits in front of you on the screen while we flow with grace through this harmonization process. So make yourselves comfortable, everybody. And as always, take a long, slow, deep breath in as you allow your upper body to relax on the out breath, sinking into the surface on which you're sitting. Relaxing, easing into the rhythm and flow of your breathing as you breathe in and out. As we welcome the opportunity through this gateway, this 1111 gateway, to expand, to harmonize, to strengthen and transmit or broadcast a more powerful, cohesive heart field out into the world. And let's just be in gratitude for the opportunity that we have to gather together as a heart-centered collective with the intention to constantly refine and purify the essence of self, ourselves, our deepest inner being, that may be brought forth into the world. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. And with your hands resting gently on your thighs or the surface, you now visualize or invoke or create your diamond field, calling upon it to anchor at the base of your spine, extending out in all directions equally, up, down, left, right, front, and back. And as you breathe in, you extend your breath so that you breathe in charged life force, the essence of the ether itself through your diamond fabric. And as you do, this initiates spirals of energy swirling around all of the axes into the center of your being. From left and right, you encounter the merging of counter-rotating spirals in your core. And as these energies merge within the center of your being, there is a scalar wave, a standing wave of pure light being generated up and down your core column, from your soul star to your earth star, through your diamond. It illuminates the fabric of your personal diamond grid. And as you continue breathing through your diamond, you initiate counter-rotating spirals from the front and the back. Again, merging, coalescing, meeting in the core of your being. Each flow harmonized by its counterflow, held in perfect balance, strengthening the scalar wave of pure light within your core. Be aware of your heart energy, strengthening, and of the brightness of your inner sun represented by this column of light that ripples throughout your physical form and your diamond. With the strengthening of energy flows through your diamond, the harmonious energies coalesce within your heart center. And in front of you now you see the Harmony Light Code glowing against the backdrop of a most brilliant faceted cosmic diamond delivered through the grids and the source field itself, glowing in three-dimensional brilliance. It is a living force, a structure comprised of filaments of living light. And you breathe in this force into your heart space. For over your physical heart is an energy domain, a diamond-shaped energy domain. And as you turn your attention to look within, it appears that this energetic domain is surrounded by a bubble of beautiful, soft, emanating light. It's like the diamond within a circle, the perfect balance of masculine and feminine. It is the ultimate home of your inner sun. And the light code imprints itself upon and within this energy domain. As this heart diamond begins to spin generating these smaller versions of counter-rotating energy flows within and around your heart. So you have flows from the front and the back of your heart, flows from the left and the right, all held in perfect, harmonious balance and integrity. Simply allow this code to spend a few moments assisting and supporting you in establishing a coherent flow through your heart, a flow that is not only about receiving and drawing energy into your sacred heart space. It is a flow that also emanates outwards, shining with the light of the brilliant sun, and the warmth cascades and extends throughout your body, illuminating your being as you hold this orb of light, your inner spiritual light, stable, safe within your being. As you continue breathing in and out, the warm rays from this inner spiritual sun, your heart-centered sun, flow gently throughout your being, up into your head, out through your arms, deep into your body, flowing gently as if on the waves of a gentle ocean, being carried upon and conducted by the water of your being into the spaces of your physical form. For within your diamond space, you become the embodiment of the living heart. Allow your consciousness now to drop from your brain down through the narrow doorway at the center of this light code into the light, the true light of your beingness, of you. And your consciousness is purified by the light of the sun. And as it does, it opens up the space between the arcs of the code, opening up the doorway And as it does, it's as if the molecules of your body, the very atoms themselves, expand, creating doorways into the vast, eternal, unconscious nature of your true self. Allow this opening, this doorway to expand. Allow the light to illuminate the vastness of your infinite, unconscious self, your eternal divine nature, the vast pool from which all that you are is constructed. In your awareness in this space is your experience of the truth of who you are. Immortal, eternal, vast beyond comprehension. And in this magical, wondrous space that has opened up within your unconscious, you're guided to an illuminated form, the doorway to an enormous, gilded shopping mall. This is your opportunity to go shopping within, and you feel a sense of excitement as you prepare to enter this amazing mall. And above the doorway is a glistening, multifaceted diamond spiraling, emanating its light, an aspect or a representation of you. It flashes the colors of the rainbow around and across the entrance to the mall. How do you feel as you step up and through the doorway? As you step into this incredible internal shopping mall, you are aware of the enormity of this construction. For all around you are levels and layers, escalators and elevators, shop windows, some which are brightly lit, others which appear shuttered, and it seems to go on and on like a maze. Each of these stores within this mall holds the potential opportunity for you to explore and receive your own special, unique gifts, to retrieve them from the vastness of your unconscious world. These are gifts that represent the truth of your nature, the magic of your power, the wisdom of your truth, the gentleness of your love. Allow yourself to explore these shop fronts, and you will find that there are stores for joy, stores for the magic and mystery, and tools to enable and facilitate your access to your personal brand of magic. There are stores with energetic presentations and gifts of prosperity, and other stores for the beauty of relationships, and yet more for truth, for happiness, some laden with gifts of grace, some filled to the brim with novelty and inspiration. And in the center of this amazing mall, you become aware of the sound of water. And there is an enormous fountain, creating waterfalls and spurts of water that cascade down into a pool of clear crystalline light. This is the fountain or the wellspring of your own personal wisdom. Step towards the fountain. As you extend your hand into this beautiful, warm, soothing water, and as you touch it, it's almost like an electric shock, a minute electrical impulse from this water that triggers within you information pathways, igniting your connection to your font or fountain of wisdom within. Spend a while exploring and just enjoying the energy of this fountain. Notice what arises within you in respect of your personal wisdom. What messages does your divine self have to offer you in this grand mall today? The impulse travels through your body, through the water of your being, and is felt and experienced within your heart. And as the impulses flow, there are orbs of light that begin to move throughout this shopping mall. of internal gifts. These orbs of light are emanations from your spiritual sun. They illumine the shop front. Each orb carries a key to unlock those storefronts that have been shuttered and closed. And I'm going to step back for the next while. I'm going to be quiet as you take the keys, follow the orbs, and explore this mall, taking a look at which shop fronts or storefronts are more vibrant, which have been closed, which are ready to be opened. What spiritual bounty are you gifted with on this inner expedition? Be aware as you journey through and explore this incredible landscape, which gifts from which store, which symbolic items are structured especially for you to put into your shopping basket to bring back with you today. If you have prepared your baskets with all that you have collected from the various stores, be aware of which ones you have opened up that still require more decorating, more stocking, more gifts. Then be prepared to bring your basket back from this particular expedition with all that you have collected. And even though you might have poured 100 items into your basket, it weighs nothing. Each item is as light as a feather. Each gift an expression of your soul, a gift of spirit for the purification of your inner self. So leave the shopping mall, bring the gifts back to your heart, and unpack all of the wonderful items and treasures that you have gathered up. Notice where in your body and your being these gifts wish to be placed. And then from this center within your heart, you distribute them throughout your form. And throughout this process is the deep intention that the resonance of each gift ripple throughout your physical beingness and out into the world, that it may seek and serve to maintain your inner harmony, your connection to truth, your ability to discern with your own inner wisdom, the connection to your intuition, also known as your inner tuition, your guidance, your inspiration. And even in the background, you are aware of the elements and the elementals working on your shopping mall, building new stores, moving stock in, taking stock out for recycling. In the vastness of your being, this eternal mall resides and grows and shines brightly. Each visit will unveil and reveal yet more of your own innate, perfect self and the gifts of your eternal spirit. Return here often to gather up new gifts, to collect reminders on your shopping expedition of gifts that you have left by the wayside, replacements. Nothing is out of bounds, for this is your inner landscape. This is the gift of you. And through this 1111 gateway, you stand with a strengthened harmonization and realization of the gifts that you bring, emanating from the central spiritual sun within your heart, out into your diamond grid, forming halos and arcs and circles of rainbows, allowing the effect of your inner sun to ignite the diamonds of those with whom you come into contact, rippling through the planetary diamond course. Rainbows bringing joy and light into others' lives. Even as you receive from the infinite source, nothing you give out is ever not replaced, for you are a conduit and a vessel, creating from within, from the eternal depths of life itself. Take a deep breath in and allow your heart sun to expand just a little further, sending out streams and ripples of light, igniting the crystals holding the planetary diamond grid in place, igniting it, rippling through the diamond grid, extending out into and through the solar system and the galaxy, connecting you with all things, and further out beyond into the universe itself, connecting you from the micro level within the tissues of your body to the macro level of 1,000 suns, of 1,000,000,000,000,000 stars, bodies of light. You are the universe. You are the diamond, the indestructible, eternal brilliance of the true divine. Hold this space as you take a final deep breath in and prepare to return to waking consciousness. Deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your body. Become aware of your gently expanded heart. Become aware of the light and the warmth emanating from your heart. Become aware of the softness and the light behind your eyes, of the love that is shared merely through the passing of your gaze. As you gently open your eyes, and once more reconnect with the 3D world in a newly expanded way. Deep breath in and out, and welcome back. Are you back? Are you guys back? Or are you just so happy doing your shopping that don't want to come back? Relaxed and chilled. Did you find any bargains? Did you find any amazing items? Any beautiful symbolic manifestations within your shopping mall? Do you know, I was so aware of that internal sun and the warmth during the process. It's almost like opening eyes to come back again to the 3D world. The temperature drops. Colleen said, I love that. That's interesting. Natalie says, I got chills throughout the whole time, which was interesting. Colleen says, I got a beautiful foot massage. Oh, that's wonderful. So there you had a beautiful self-nurturing reminder, an opportunity for you to really connect in with uh, the love that you have for yourself. That's that whole sacred relationship, and perhaps a reminder to translate that into the physical world. Lovely, Colleen. So we got, I was in my bubble of light on an ocean with dolphins bouncing me up and down and then started giggling like a child. Oh, I love that. Bounced up and down was like in a vortex between the red lines of the light code. That's beautiful. That is really, again, that watery realm, that feminine essence and energy. Um, that is accessed through the diamond, because we always tend to look at the diamond and think masculinity, linear lines, and yet it is the way that energy is guided in flows around and through the diamond that actually supports the balancing of both energies. So I got candy eyes from a candy store, which made me look at the whole world as a make-believe candy land. That is so interesting, Natalie. That's really fascinating. So it is almost don't forget um, what this world of illusion is actually all about. It's like sugar. You pour water on it and you can dissolve it. Everything very childlike. Yes. Yeah, and that is the essence of this, because to be like a child, it's one of those beautiful eternal wisdoms and truths, is to have the imagination of a child, to know that we can create like a child with the wonder and magic and amazement, with that childlike energy. So that's a very powerful connection there, sort of everything very childlike. And it's also reconnecting us with that joy, with that natural flow of joy that is us, that says to us, don't take things so seriously. This illusory world is often very serious. It locks us into the seriousness of it. So to be able to connect with that childlike essence and energy and joy. And that's interesting, actually, Elaine, because as I was doing that and I was going in, I was actually the store that kept on attracting me in that space was joy, quite literally. So let's have a look. Um, so we've got found myself on a beach creating sandcastles with diamonds and prisms shooting off around me. That's beautiful. And Natalie says, yeah, almost to bring everyone else into that energy as well, to remind them, yes, it's that childlike energy of absolute joy. And it's beautiful. Carol says, I had a chance to merge into the light very profoundly, but being at work was not possible to fully surrender to the process. Yes. We'll listen again when I go home to enjoy the flow of the light. Beautiful. Mary Beth says, my gifts were to trust as I was guided to learn to surrender. I get how to do that now. Beautiful. And if there's only even one thing that we bring back each time we go in there to visit, it is it is a very, very profound reinforcement for us on this journey. It is an opportunity to reharmonize in a new and beautiful way. So Bunny says, that's the joy I felt, that childlike awe of the light and orbs and ability to move in a way with no judgment, just the joy of discovering. Can't wait to listen again and explore. It's your inner world. You go shopping in your inner world, and that is the light of your being. It is kind of like, don't let the external lights actually distract you from the truth of the light of your inner being. So Natalie says, yeah, I got a trust and surrender gift as well. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Because that is, oh, we've got lots of trust. That's brilliant. Elaine says, at the end, I was in a cocoon of diamonds to recreate myself. Beautiful. Much anticipation like a child before Christmas when I will emerge with presents from Creator. Yes. And that's from our own creative source. There's another beautiful comment that I actually read recently, that we are holographic manifestations of the whole. So we are both the thread in the tapestry and the tapestry itself. So it's kind of, we are a projection of, and we are projection of the creator, and we are the creator within our world. Fairies dancing around my cocoon. Yeah, beautiful. I was seeing lots of shop fronts decorated in gold, and I have to say, I'm not too sure what they were, because obviously I was sort of between guiding you through the process and actually doing some exploring of my own. But I had quite a few, and I don't know about you, shuttered shop fronts, and I'm not too sure what they were. So I also want to go back in and have another look and explore and see which ones were actually closed that I don't have the keys for yet, because there were also um, just so many flaws. It's kind of like this mall went on forever and ever, and there's just so much to discover and open up. Mariah says everything was diamonds. Oh, it's lovely. They went into every cell. Sacred Heart kept pumping diamonds into each cell. Space, clarity, trust, joy, service, movement, upward and outward. Oh, that's beautiful, Mariah. That's absolutely stunning. It was massive for sure. That's from Natalie. So I think the whole essence of the process to remember is, it's kind of like we have opened that doorway, this second 1111 doorway, and we've opened it wide. And through this, we access yet more of our essence self and bring it into being through that doorway. That is the purpose ultimately of these 1111 gateways stroke doorways, is to provide us with the opportunity to harness and access, stabilize, harmonize more within the core of our being, the truth of who we are. So Elaine says we were all sparkling beautifully. Well, there we go. That was that diamond grid that you saw preemptively, Elaine. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely lovely. Yes, there was a lot of light, there was a lot of beauty, there was a lot of gentleness, and it was very, very peaceful and calm. There was a sense of anticipation before going in. There was a sense of excitement, and yet there was a deep calm actually going through that place once actually touching that fountain of wisdom that is actually holding everything together, that's at the center of this beautiful shopping mall. So, what I would like to do is to wish you all lots of happy inner shopping. And may you discover um, heretofore, I think that's the right word, unknown gifts and unknown attributes of yourself that can be brought into being through the cellular structures of your physical body, that everything expands and continues expanding through those doorways to accommodate what is being presented to you through those shop fronts. And when you go into that shopping mall again, have a look at how you can create and design those shop fronts. Can you call in the elementals and the elements to rework and reconfigure the shop front so that everything is alive and lit up with the essence of self? So Elaine says, felt like it took us back to our childhood before knowing that our childhood knowing before we were programmed in 3D. Yes, that is a beautiful analogy because that is it. As we have grown older, as we have grown up, we have become more and more deeply programmed into the 3D world and the 3D environment and into um, the embedding and anchoring of beliefs. That's beautiful, Cynthia. Loving innocent perception. So it's almost like a return to that original innocence, the excitement of discovery, essence of self, big S, our source energy, love frequency. Beautiful. There you go. Self, source energy, love frequency, because that is what it is. Shop fronts like Harry Potter, storefronts, anything is possible. Really beautiful. So much magic, and it's the magic that we have forgotten. That's from Bunny. Yes, yes, absolutely. Anything is possible. So keep exploring, keep accessing, go back in, keep diving within and enliven your shopping mall, explore and enjoy and discover and be the magic and the love and the innocence and the joy of your divine self. You guys are wonderful, wonderful. That was a really magical mystery tour. So I will get it out and you will have the MP3 so that you can flow with it again. And once you've done it a couple of times, as you guys know, then there's no need to perhaps use the recording again, but to just have this as a process that you can use. You're a diamond divine, Julie. Oh, Cynthia, that's just lovely. Sending love and magic galore, everyone. Doesn't that just feel so wonderful? It's just so much lighter and more magical than what we have seen and experienced surrounding us in the 3D matrix over the last couple of weeks. So absolutely lovely. Thank you, Natalie. And ditto to you all, you wonderful, wonderful, loving beings, and be magic. Enjoy and experience magic. Much, much love. Love you all. Thank you for being here. Until next time.